hear on the screen join audio, all using.
What?
All using child.
Hello.
God.
Good evening.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Take this.
Can everybody hear me?
Hello, everyone.
Can you hear Joe?
You're down the bottom?
Can anybody hear me?
I
Unfortunately,
didn't hear
you
you.
loud and clear.
He hears you loud and clear.
Did he just say, can Betsy hear me?
Yes.
And I heard him, yes.
Joe, it doesn't matter. I have a speakerphone right here.
As well. Did we hear you, Joe?
I'm going to call this meeting to order. Is everyone ready?
Hold on.
We can just do a little test run here. Nelson, identify yourself, please.
Joe Venezia? Nelson Dale.
Who are the guests?
Oh, they're my kids. And they're my kids and their friends, and they're picking up furniture. Of course, it has to be right now.
Noah. Hey, Mr. Ghost. How are you?
Careful, don't cover up the whole camera. All right, we're going to get this meeting under order here. Meeting order. Continue with the topic. The flag of the United States of America.
One nation.
Under God. Liberty and
Justice for all.
all.
I'd like to keep all of our servicemen, all of our volunteers, all of our emergency personnel, certainly pray for our country to heal itself for all the turmoil that's going through. Amen. Put our cell phones on vibrate, please. And here we go. Can we have roll call?
Yes, Mrs. Owen?
Here.
Dilch?
Here.
Present. Matt Olson has been notified me he will not be able to attend the meeting, so he's back right now. He has no reception for his internet. A couple of outstanding items here that are not really on our agenda, but just ones that we have to address. We resignation from the city council. We all.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor. Are you you were on the phone?
No, I'm not on the phone.
Okay, because I can barely hear you.
Yeah, you're not coming through very loud.
No.
And we do this here to turn up my volume.
Why don't you move over a seat and use the speakerphone?
Everybody hear me now?
Hold on.
Yes, much better. Thank you.
Okay. We have a letter of resignation. Let's start this process over again. Matt Olson has already notified me he's not able to come in tonight for our meeting because like he's on vacation. He has no internet service for his vacation. Secondly, we have a letter of resignation from Councilman Hughes, who was just turned his resignation in yesterday. So at this time, I would like to make a motion to accept Councilman Hughes' resignation. And I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Shouldn't it be read?
No, doesn't have to be. We have his letter, we'll just simply accept it into the record. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, I had a conversation with Mr. Battistini. He is the Estell Manor Republican County Municipal Chair. And he has the three names that he's given us for tonight to choose from. We have John Battistini, we have Mrs. Lois Battistini, and we have Julie Sparks. I'm sure that we know all three candidates well. Without getting into any big debate or whatever, what I'd like to do at this time is make a motion to appoint Julie Sparks to fill the unexpired term left by Mr. Hughes several months into this 2020. Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Yes, Mrs. Owens,
Yes.
Mr. Delch,
Yes.
Mayor Vinesia.
Yes. At this time, I'm going to swear in Mrs. Sparks.
Stay right there.
Okay, Julie, I'd like you to put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. And repeat after me. I, Julie Sparks,
I, Julie Sparks,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of the office
perform the duties of the office
of City Council
of the people
to the best of my,
to the best of my
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and I will bear true
faith
True.
to the same,
to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
to the government of the United States,
and in the state of New Jersey,
and in the State of New Jersey,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Sparks. You are now a member of City Council. Now your troubles begin.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay. Next, we have another housekeeping item. We did have the resignation of the city clerk, and the resignation was accepted at our previous meeting. So at this time, Mr. Lafferty has advised me that what we need to do is I have to appoint Judge Moore as the acting city clerk. Is that correct, Mr. Lafferty?
Yes.
All right, so at this time, I'm going to nominate Judge Moore to be as our acting city clerk.
Second.
Well, I made the nomination. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Owens,
Yes.
Mr. Delch,
Yes.
Mayor Vinesia.
Yes.
Mrs. Sparks.
And Mrs.
Oh, and, excuse me, Mrs. Sparks.
Yes.
Well, you're off to a good start already.
First motion, we forgot you already. My fault.
I would definitely like to say that I welcome Mrs. Sparks on the city council. I think Julie has a lot to offer. She did rather very well at our last planning board meeting. Quite frankly, she brought up issues that got past some of us, and maybe proud of having you on our city council, and wish you the best. So if you have any issues, you have any questions, you're always free to reach out to me. You have a
I'm Betsy. I'm Betsy.
Hello.
Mocking died again.
We do not have any more housekeeping items.
Okay. Looking down the line here, I guess I'll call for a vote to open meeting.
On agenda
Motion
item.
to open the meeting in public?
And this is limited to agenda items.
Limited to agenda items only. At this time, the meeting is now open to the public. Is there anyone from the public? Mr. Lafferty, are you able to see anybody that we have?
Let me see. There's nobody in the chat window. And there's nobody who's unmuted themselves.
Hello?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Question is regarding the July 1st closed session minutes. Are those going to be available? Is the matter that was discussed there complete to where when they are approved, they would then be available for an Oprah request?
Mr. Lafferty, question. If it's closed, we'll review what we have for the minutes.
Yeah.
And either compromise whether it's that or authorize the minutes. Discover.
No, that matter is not concluded, no. So those minutes cannot be released.
No.
Is there anyone else in the audience? Is there anyone else in the audience? It's,
I'm looking. There is no one else. No indication anyone else wants to speak, Mr. Mayor.
It's fine, because my understanding that no one else is paging it. I'm going to make a motion to close the public portion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Next, we have the engineer's report. I'd like to bring in Mr. Mike Zellinger. If you're with us tonight, please.
Yes, I am. Good evening. Just a couple items to go over this evening. We started processing the closeout documents for the improvements to City Hall. I am waiting on final confirmation from the contractor that the electrical sub has corrected the pole-mounted light and removed it from the timer and put it on the dawn to dusk sensor. So once I have confirmation, I'll get those documents over to him and get the project closed out. A couple weeks ago, Arawak was on site and they completed the installation of the guide rail for Beach and 12. They did, I think, a pretty nice job, and it looks pretty good if anybody's been down that road. So they got that last remaining item completed, and we're going to start processing the closeout document on that job. The Fifth Avenue reconstruction project, we have the design plans pretty much wrapped up. I did send the Pinelands application as well as the fee to Linda probably 2 weeks ago. So I was hoping to get a signature on that and that check process. And once I receive that, we'll start the process with the Pinelands and get their blessing, and then we should be able to move the project forward. And then lastly, the application was submitted for the resurfacing of Maple Avenue for the 2021 DOT grant applications, and we'll just wait to hear from the state probably toward the middle of end of November this year, if we're fortunate enough to receive grant funding. And then there's also on the agenda, under the engineer's report, there were two road opening applications submitted by South Jersey Gas. Both were fairly straightforward, right off of 13th near Route 50, and there was no disturbance of pavement. All their openings were within the grass shoulder, and I sent a letter on both of those to Linda and South Jersey Gas, saying I had no objection to those, and for Public Works and our office to be notified once the work is underway. That's all I have this evening.
I was gonna bring this up under old business, but being that you're here at this moment, were you a part of when we had a discussion about a year ago? We had discussed something about that we were gonna put some solar panels out, and we were trying to figure out where we would be able to, and part of the conversation was, could we do something behind the building? Do it by the parking lot? Could we actually do it by the retention pond? It's in the retention pond. And we were gonna get some information about if the county would allow us to do that. Were you a part of that?
I know it was mentioned, but nothing further. I do know that when the field and the parking lot were constructed, the city did enter into an open space agreement with the county, and that'd be something to check if those types of improvements are permitted in the language of the open space documents. I believe there was a bearing and distance established for the park, and it encompassed the fields and I believe the parking area, and I believe there's certain parameters that the county put on that portion of the City Hall's parcel. So that's something that I think they would need to be a part of to see if that is permissible.
Okay, so probably what will happen is as we move along here, we'll have the technology committee discuss with you about what we can or cannot do, if it's going to be a feasible project to undertake, and if we can get a grant to get the solar panels. I'm not exactly sure. A couple different ways how it's done. Take a property from us, or we would, there's several ways of how it's done, so we'll wait until the committee gets together and they'll give us our findings. Mike, I have something here that I received from DOT. I believe you probably received it as well. I actually have a couple items. One is what is your opinion of the set-aside alternative program? Do we qualify for that? Is there anything that you were able to see that we should apply to this year?
I am not familiar with this. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Is this a letter sent by the state?
Yes. It's,
yeah, I did not get a copy of that.
you didn't get a copy of it. It's from the commissioner, and it's basically talking about the set-aside program, CA set-aside, and some of the things that are covered is eligible projects in the small, following 7 categories. Design and construction of on-road and off-road trail facilities for pedestrians, bicyclists, and other non-motorized forms of transportation. Conversion and use of abandoned railroad corridors for trails of pedestrians, bicyclists, and other non-motorized transportation users. Construction of scenic turnings, overlooks, and viewing areas. Fourth one here is historic preservation and rehabilitation of historic transportation facilities, both land and water, such as buildings, structures, and canals. There's 3 more. County improvement activities, specifically streetscaping and corridor landscaping. Environmental mitigation to address stormwater management, control, and water pollution. That may be something that could be applicable to us. And water pollution. Statement related to highway construction for due to highway runs. That probably is something that we could look into. And then the last one is reduce vehicle called wildlife mortality or connectivity among terrestrial or aquatic habitats. That I don't know where we would begin with that one there, but I think the second to last one I mentioned would probably happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you could forward, I could get a copy of that. I'll certainly look into that, and maybe we could discuss it at next month's meeting, or maybe a little bit prior, and just see some of the city's options for any of those grant opportunity.
Okay, and last but not least, I also received a certified letter from DOT, and I just saw this today. They are going to be resurfacing New Jersey State Highway 49, milepost 49.80 to 53.80. And they're going to be doing New Jersey Route 54, milepost 00 to 6.10. So just for anybody's edification purposes. I don't know if the 49 portion is actually the Estell Manor portion or not, but it may be by head of the river. 54 is clearly not it. Anyway. Michael,
49 portion is Estell Manor.
the 49 is the Estell Manor portion? Okay.
Yeah.
So I will save these documents for you, Mike, and I'll give them to you. When will you be in payment to Estell Manor?
I don't have anything scheduled as of right now, or any jobs going on.
So what I'll do is I'll mail it to you then.
Okay,
I'll email
that's fine.
it to you, or I'll send it by snail mail, either way. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Does council have anything for Mike? Any questions?
No, I make a motion to accept the report.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
So
Aye.
you are now part of us.
Okay.
All right, have a good night. Thank you.
Mike, thank you.
Thank you.
We have the bill list. There's one item here on the bill. Clerical mistake. And let me see. The one bill from Grace Marmero is good. The other one, I believe, is not good. That would be, I believe that I mentioned this at a previous meeting, the one for 1695. That was a clerical error when that was sent, so I don't know why it appeared again. Apparently, the secretary must have sent it. The idea is the bill is not good. The other one, I believe, is valid.
The
Does
one for,
anybody have any other questions about the
Mayor, the one for 2014. Midway down, number.
Yeah, 24, that one's good. The other one is,
Okay,
previous conversation that they had.
all right. And I added some bills on and I wanted to read because the others do not have.
So you have the,
Okay. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, tonight I put on Wayne. July mileage 5727, Fairlander Engineering, Beach and 12th inspections $861.50, Royal Printing, Good Book 1727, the Daily Journal, legal fees. Hold on, do you guys have that? Because I think they were already on the original bill list. Oh, I'm sorry, let me just double check on something. I think we were. Yes. Okay, I'm going to start with on the 12th. Cooper Levison, there was tax appeal 1620, cost of payroll 21746, Richland General Store Supplies, 9181. Vital Communications, $100. Suburban Propane, 583.53. Vital Communications, 315. Lawn Doctor, 1,275. ACUA, 13,583.75. Atlantic Electric Light, 4236, and August billing is 960.78. And Bud's Auto and Truck Repair for pump testing for fire truck, 640.
Just putting them on tonight's roll list.
That's correct.
Was any other members of council able to pick up the updated bill list today?
I just did it this
You
evening.
just did it this evening. I'm the only one that's privy to it at this time.
Well, I just read it off, what the bills
I
were.
do have it in front of me.
Yeah.
What you said. If you're monthly billing, I have one that was had this conversation a month ago or so, and I thought that there was a missing.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I can check on it.
After the meeting, I'm gonna go over the bills with Randy, because
Okay.
there was some discrepancies there that I found and duplications, so the amount that you see is the maximum amount, probably gonna be less than that, but we just didn't have time for the meeting.
So I'm gonna make a motion at this time to accept the bill list with the exception of line item number. With the exception of line item 0313, which is 1595, we're gonna hold that one. And the total amount would be but you don't have the total here for me, sorry.
Why didn't I take that off, so, yeah. How much down here?
So you have the total here of 293,598.22 minus the 1640.
Right, that's what it would be.
Actually, it's 1695. It's 1695 minus.
You still want me to,
Yeah,
okay.
we want to read it into the record.
All right. Okay, well, I have 293, 380, 22 minus, 291,685.22.
Okay.
Not to exceed.
We need to have a roll call on this. Actually, is there a motion in a second?
There wasn't a second.
Second, roll call, please.
Yes, Mrs. Olson.
Miss Owen, yes.
Mixed up. I'm looking at Poland. Okay, Mrs. Owen,
Yes.
Mrs. Sparks,
Yes.
Mr. Dilge,
Yes.
Mayor Vinesia.
Yes. Randy, can I modify my nomination for acting clerk now?
Yeah,
I think he's doing fine.
really, I'm only acting, so.
Got to get two strikes game tonight, okay? So right now you're strike one.
Well, you didn't go over my contract and my payment either, so.
That's gonna be help.
And
Before we go to the next item, I had a question from, I think it was last month or the month before, the Grace Morano bill that we had, I think it was Mr. Lafferty looking into, or Mr. Dilge, one or the other. Did we get an answer on that?
The mayor
That's the one
did.
the mayor got knocked down.
The $1,695 is the one that was supposedly knocked down. Apparently, the secretary was never advised of it, but I did speak to Kathleen. And she had indicated, yes, it was just an oversight.
Okay.
Some time that was put into it, but why it reappeared back on, I don't know.
Okay, thank you. And if you already said that, I apologize. I did not hear you say that.
Maybe some technical Whatever. Moving down the line here, we have some resolution. This one here, we're gonna need to possibly pull, and that would be resolution 6720. I think Mr. Dilge and myself have agreed that perhaps our administrative consultant should be looking into